Hi Cancer, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to your reading for October. My name is Linda. I've already shuffled the cards and thrown the spread here. And I'm feeling a little bit of challenging energy in your reading for this time period around some frustrations or impatience and some like challenging emotional states of being that you are like seeking to understand as a way of moving through this challenging time to find solutions for some of the challenging aspects or difficult aspects that you might be facing around this time. I feel that there is actually opportunity and hopefulness available to you in this energy, but it's up to you to actually find it. And I feel that there's a little bit of there's some kind of guidance here amongst these cards that are suggesting that in order to find your way through this emotionally challenging time, one of the ways that you can do that is to actually be a little bit more rational and logical and less emotional, if that makes sense. Even though you're striving to understand your situation through your emotional state, there can be greater awareness about what's available to you or what opportunities can come out of this time where you may be in a state of transition from a previous cycle into a new one, but under some aspects that feel a little like hardship or, disappointment or stress. So I feel like now at this current time, you might be lacking in a little bit of self-confidence with both the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse in your reading. And that may be due to, as I said, some kind of like challenging situation from the past that you actually have now achieved some freedom from, but that you may still be unraveling and like sort of striving to understand the emotional output that went with that in order to find your feet again and find a way forward that feels empowered and feels strong and brings you to a place where you're embodying more of your own leadership in terms of your own life and the way you're moving things forward. There could have been, like in this position of the reading, you have this is the quadrant of the reading that talks about how you see yourself right now. You have the Page of Wands reversed with the Six of Cups in reverse. So there could be some kind of change in your relationship status. The Ten of Cups is also the crossing card at the heart of the reading over the Knight of Wands. So you have the Knight and the Page of Wands in this reading. There's also two Kings here. But with this energy of the central theme and then how you see yourself right now, I feel like there could be, like I said, some kind of change in status in your relationship that could also be contributing to a sort of slightly diminished sense of self-confidence or self around this time. But I feel like there's like this opportunity for greater understanding of your own patterns and your own like with the Justice reversed here with the Devil card, this is in the quadrant of the reading of your hopes and fears. So I feel like this is leading you to a better understanding of how your own approach to like your values and what feels like integrity and what's right and what's correct and what is balanced is shifting, and that's helping you gain a sense of clarity and freedom and liberation from some of your own habitual patterns that may have been at times in the past unhealthy for you. You might be kind of getting a better sense of those things right now and gaining some self-knowledge through that type of perseverant inner looking. You know, you have the Moon here as well, so it's like with the Moon and the Devil, I feel like there's this the strength to look within to see your own habits, your own thinking, your own patterns that may have led you to things in the past that were unhealthy for you, or that may have even actually caused this sense of diminished self-confidence. And I think that this is an opportunity here, as I said, to apply logic and reason and rationality to the things that are showing up, so that you don't get more emotional about your emotions than you need to be. Rather, you can see through them as signposts and symbols for you to understand your own nature in a much more clear way, and to be able to create new opportunities for yourself out of that growing awareness of your own the way your mind and the way yourself, your spirit, your soul has been working. And as far as I said earlier, with regards to like your own leadership of the self, I feel like it's you kind of taking the reins a little bit more here with how you handle yourself, how you approach life and love and work, and you know, your own course in general. This Four of Cups in reverse and the outcome with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is interesting. It's almost saying here that like you're almost like tired of your own lack of self-confidence and self-love, and that this moment here is kind of a revelation for you to see that what you need or what you're looking for is within you, and it's a mindset shift. Again, there's all this emotional energy here in this reading with the King of Cups as the crowning card in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Moon. Even that Four of Cups in reverse as well. There's a lot of emotional energy here. But I feel like you're starting to understand that your emotions are a guidepost to understand your state of mind and the way you, as I said, the way you approach life, the way you approach problems, the way you approach your own course, and how you want to like take the reins and bring leadership to your own situation, to your own destinations, and create opportunities out of a time that might have been challenging, that might have left you feeling a little bit confused or a little bit diminished in some ways, or even like frustrated, as I said in the beginning, or impatient about things. I think you're seeing that you are able here to take this event or take this course of action right now based on the recent situation that has occurred, and use it to gain more strength and more wisdom and more fortitude within, to feel more confident, to feel more like you can actually guide your own life rather than just letting things happen to you. The bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups with the Six of Swords, Magician reversed, and Judgment reversed. There's also the Three of Swords there. I'm going to pull that too. So, there's quite a few major arcana cards in your reading. You have the Wheel of Fortune upright and the Magician in reverse, the Devil and the Justice card, Moon upright, and the Judgment in reverse. There's a lot of energy that's very there's like introspection and outrospection. So like introspection with the Devil and the Moon, even the Justice reversed, and then outrospection is like what can you do with that information that you get when you look within, when you kind of scour through your experiences and all the emotions that come up around what you feel as a result of events that have occurred, and how can you convert that into usable energy that will enable you to feel more empowered and more strong and more capable moving forward from this point. So it's like, yeah, turning hardship into valuable and usable wisdom to move forward and move on from perhaps a difficult time with greater awareness and a better understanding of how you can channel your energy forward in a way that brings you closer to what you feel is your path, especially if you are feeling a higher calling around this time. With the Judgment in reverse and the Magician in reverse here, I feel like that's for some of you watching this, you might not necessarily understand yet that everything that you've been through that's been this sort of challenging, difficult experience is actually guiding you towards this higher calling that you may not have been aware is yours to undertake. And I feel with both of these cards here in reverse that this is a reminder here that there's no better time than now to start to look at these things, to start to acknowledge and accept perhaps that you are feeling called to something higher, to something different than the typical life of the average human, and to sort of seek a more extraordinary, sublime expression of human life through a way of looking at things that's just a little bit more mystical and guided. That's what I feel. I feel like you're getting called to your inner guidance, like to a higher intelligence that is informing you, that maybe seems to you like very disruptive. Like there's disruptive energy in this reading for sure. There's been some disruptions. But it's important to acknowledge that those disruptions are actually correcting the course of your life, so that you can actually start to heed the messages that you're hearing, that you're receiving from higher wisdom, from higher intelligence, to actually help you heal old pains and traumas, to bring you to a space where you are actually able to embody a greater sense of understanding of all things. You know, it's not like a better or worse type of an energy. It's just acceptance of all things, and the embodiment and embracing and integration of all things. It's quite an esoteric reading. I don't feel like I have a lot more to say as far as like how this plays out with other people or in your sort of day-to-day life. It's a very I don't know how to say that, mystical energy in this reading. It's very esoteric. So I would say here, like, learn to cultivate more patience as you move forward here, because you might be expecting that, you know, now that you've understood these things, that all of a sudden your life is going to just be perfect and magical. But that's not really how things work. It's a long process, and it's not about waiting to be happy or waiting to feel fulfilled when you arrive at some destination that is in your mind somewhere a little bit outside of you that you need to get to. No, it's about being accepting of who you are and where you are right now, and understanding that there is like a eternal process towards collecting all the pieces of data and information from the universe that helps you understand who you are. And that process never ends. It's not like you finally just get everything you need and then everything's cool and you're good. No, it's just about, first of all, understanding and accepting that there is kind of like a toiling element to this type of calling. But that doesn't mean that you have to feel martyred or self-righteous or better than or more important than or any of that. It's nothing to do with that. It's just about accepting that you are learning about yourself, and every step of the way is a greater it's a step closer to wholeness, but that you actually are already whole. And in that space of accepting yourself where you are right now, you're able to undertake this journey from a place of balance and wisdom and love and compassion, and knowing that it's all fine and perfect actually as it is right now, and that whether it's through difficulty and trauma or whether it's through bliss, healing is the mechanism that is life, and that is forever. It's not like like I said, you don't just get a healing and you become whole and then the rest of everything is like perfect and fine and dandy and you go skipping off into the sunset. This is a commitment to the journey. It's not about arriving somewhere. So with that, you know, that was very vague and abstract, but I feel like that's basically it for this part of the reading. I'm going to take the Voyager deck now and do your Higher Octave spread. So the Higher Octave reading is designed to give a little bit more insight into karmic and spiritual forces that might be at play, to help reveal any blind spots that need your attention, to help you best deal with what's in front of you so you can make the most out of the lessons that are unfolding for you. So send your energy into the cards so I can get really clear messages for you. Alright, let's take a look. The Hermit is in reverse at the bottom of the deck. 8 of Wands reversed. 5 of Crystals reversed. The Tower reversed. 7 of Crystals. The Emperor. The Balance card, which is Justice in this deck, it's also in reverse, so as it was in the Hopes and Fears in the last reading. 3 of Wands. Ace of Cups. Sage of Cups reversed, and there's the Magician. Now he's in the upright with the Judgment card. Look, these same two cards here are coming out together in this part of the reading, so it's very significant. Priestess, Strength reversed, and Seven of Cups. Okay. So this definitely is the higher octave reading of that previous energy. It's very much a very esoteric energy in this spread. It's a very alchemical offering that's available to you. And again, it's about realizing that the events that occur that have been disruptive and maybe have been shocking or painful or difficult to deal with are actually part of a process of bringing you closer to home, closer to yourself, closer to your real alignment, to your true north. And struggling against that is what causes the suffering. It's not the event itself. It's you, your reaction to it, your response to it, and the way you can be graceful and cooperative with that energy that will then determine how you feel in every moment. And that's actually what is the most important thing here, is your emotional state of balance. Freedom is available to you here, but it will require a great amount of strength and courage and determination to, as I said, be graceful and fold into that energy and lean into it rather than struggling and pushing back against it. You are being called to a higher path. You are being called to your own magic. You are being offered here the chance to transmute and alchemize some very old energy that has been keeping you kind of stuck and limited in certain ways of being and believing that you've long outgrown. And it's about accepting that those things need to be let go of so that you can actually move forward here into a much more truer sense of self or state of self that is actually more where you're at right now. There's some delusional energy that needs to be let go of here, and some more forward-thinking energy. You need to approach your situation with more wide angle, more progressive energy, more long-term envisioning, and sort of letting go of some of the minutiae that's keeping you trapped in like the details of how is everything going to work. That's the kind of energy that's being described in this reading, of something that needs to be let go of so that you can rise up and meet that higher energy that's calling you. So Cancer, that's just an introduction to the higher octave reading. If any of that piqued your interest and you feel like there could be more information here for you that would serve you at this time, click the link in the description below. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.